again, YouTube. This is Dr.Kendo, and I'm back with some Scribblenauts Unlimited commentary action. These are the Object Editor commentaries, and we're starting off with a sensei here, and just removing all the different parts of it, because we have a request from one person today for a very well-known character, I would say. I'll go ahead and show the username on screen right now, but who are we making? We are creating Yoda from Star Wars in the Object Editor. Right now, of course, I'm editing his robe, and yes, his robe is an off-white color. I did it this way, actually, because this has one of the patterns that can kind of show that the texture of the robe or whatever, and that pattern right there kind of has this peach hue to it, but I did mention that it's an off-white color, so it isn't completely white if you look at images of Yoda, so that's why his robe looks like this. We've used Rumpelstiltskin's arms, alien legs right here, as you can see that I'm putting in alien. That's a funny word. And then we've got a referee's head painted green. It looks kind of like Piccolo or something like that. I did this because the referee has these little wrinkle lines or whatever in the top for his forehead. And so that's why I've chosen the referee right there. It's also kind of just the head shape that I'm feeling is going to go better compared to some of the other ones that have wrinkles on their heads. So we're going to take these ovals. Yoda actually does have these kind of very ovular eye shapes. But one thing that I won't be able to reflect fully is that his eyes are kind of closed a little bit more. So like his eyelids, you know, are usually down a little bit more over the white of his eyes. So that won't be exactly as easy, I guess, to translate in Scribblenauts Unlimited. But look at this. Here's another thing I always tell people, you know, one piece of advice for everyone who wants to create objects like I do is to think creatively and think outside the box to whatever in the world could accomplish the shape that you are trying to get. So for Yoda's ears, you know, it's kind of actually a hard choice for me, but I went with a manticore and took the end of its tail. It has this little like scorpion-looking stinger on the end of its tail, and so I'm going to use those for Yoda's big ears. They're not even really the greatest shape, I would say, to match completely what the ears look like, but again, this is Scribblenauts. I mean, things aren't always going to be exact, you know, just a spitting image of the character. I use stick, and the stick, unfortunately, this branch right here that comes out of it has a little piece of stick coming off of it or whatever. I don't know how to explain that better. It just has another branch coming off of it, and so I'm going to try to have that covered up by his hand. So this will represent his cane right there. We want to get Yoda's very little bit of hair that he has. He doesn't have a lot of hair. So I just typed in hair, and we're going to put it right there beneath his ears, next to his ears, I guess. And everyone knows I love to get in some fun facts and whatnot, so while we're creating the rest of Yoda, I'll go ahead and read off these fun facts that we have. Actually, the late Stuart Freeborn is the makeup artist. He's actually a British makeup artist who designed Yoda, and he created this character based on his own appearance, actually. And so yes, unfortunately, Stuart Freeborn is no longer with us in the world. He died in 2013, so actually somewhat recently, though he wanted to actually be sure that Yoda had a wise and intelligent look, so he also based the design on Albert Einstein. The voice of Yoda, you know, I love voice acting because I am an amateur voice actor on my end, but yes, the voice of Yoda was actually provided by a man by the name of Frank Oz. You'd recognize his voice also as Miss Piggy and Fozzie Bear in The Muppets, and Cookie Monster on Sesame Street. And there's actually even a Yoda GPS voice option with the TomTom GPS, I believe. I believe it's the TomTom. That would be great. I mean, it'd just be like,
left turn you will take in 5 miles. Learning you are, young Padawan.
And so, yes, the last piece of fun fact news that I have is that even biologists have a love for Yoda, as they have named this acorn worm species. It's actually an ocean-dwelling jellyfish-looking creature. They've named that after Yoda, as its scientific name is Yoda purpurata. I don't know exactly how to pronounce that. All the Latin names, of course, scientific names. But yes, isn't that interesting? I mean, that's a whole bunch of stuff. I believe also Yoda does have a first name that was never really revealed in the Star Wars series, but I read somewhere that it was Minch, M-I-N-C-H. So yes, I did actually want to get one more item out of the way. It's already created, and I will just show you kind of the end result here. I'll go ahead and put the username of the person that requested this right here on screen now. But he or she has asked if I could make a Xenomorph. I believe that's how you pronounce it, unless it's Xenomorph, from Alien vs. Predator. I have actually never seen any of the Alien or Predator movies or anything like that, so I of course know what these things look like. It's a very iconic alien, but we started out with a Velociraptor base body and everything like that, and And I've taken that manticore, the same thing, the manticore tail, and treant arms. And then I've used a Spinosaurus for the legs and feet and things like that, as well as this weird-looking character called Knucklelavy, or Knucklelavy. I'll spell it out right there. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of proud of it. We've got a pickle for the head to get that weird pickle head shape, and intestines for the neck. It does have that weird looking intestinal neck design. So yes, it is a funky looking creature. It was actually pretty hard to create. I had to get real creative and think outside the box right there. And so we'll give it some stats just as we edited Yoda before. Remember everybody, I don't get too far into scripting, so if you guys want to download these creations and do some scripting yourself, please go for it. And if you need help thinking of a script or how to execute the script, you can go ahead and just comment on this video and ask me, and I would be happy to help you with that. But anyway, I had Yoda actually use the Force, so I have his projectile as wind, so he can use the Force and shoot wind at enemies. So we'll have him fight some things as I go ahead and sign out of this video. So of course, I appreciate it. I appreciate all the support, everybody. Thank you so much. You've been saying some wonderful things in the comment section, so again, I can't thank you enough. You are exactly what makes any of my success on YouTube. It's all due to the subscribers, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyway, I have reached 1 million overall video views, so I'll finally be able to produce and finish off my 1 million view special. The only hint that I'm going to give you guys is that it's kind of in line with a behind the scenes style video. I hope you guys will enjoy it. Of course, it'll take me a little while to finish it. Hopefully it'll be out next month, but if not, it'll be out in January, I'm sure. So anyway, I'll catch you on the next vid, and thanks for viewing.
Down the road of twists and turns, always anxious to see what's within. We can look ahead to the point of no return, to the rest of our lives with the spectacle begins. I've been down the road of twists and turns, always anxious to see what's within. We can look ahead to the point of no return, to the rest of our lives with the spectacle begins.